When you watch television, you see what the camera operator sees. This is okay if the event is scripted, but at live events, things could be happening anywhere in the field and the operator is likely to miss them. This shows the Aqueti QG camera at a recent football game. The camera observes the entire field of view and can digitally zoom in anywhere to create a virtual camera view of events happening on the field. All clips shown in this video were created in the truck using a joystick from this fiber connected camera. The camera was not moved during the game. Let's take a look at a critical moment in the game with the score tied 3-3.
Third and goal. Miller sets in the slot. Carolina almost jumps. Roethlisberger throws, and turning around is Wheaton. Look what I found. Wheaton for the touchdown. Melvin White with the coverage.
I don't think Melvin White can believe this. He played this perfectly, pinned him right into the sideline, nowhere to go, and Ben just makes a perfect throw. You can't do coverage better than that. Just couldn't find the football, and a huge catch. Yes, I think he got both feet down. Let's double check it. That toe's down, don't you think?
I think it is, but New York will look at it, as they always do.
The scoring play is that the runner stepped out of bounds, did not reestablish in bounds before catching the ball.
Whoa. So he's out of bounds before he comes back in to make the catch. That's a killer penalty. That makes it fourth down.
Oh, just as he was coming back to the ball, I think that left foot may have stepped on the line.
Oh, that's close.
I can't tell from there.
Well,
the official is right there, but that official has his hands in the air.
Right, he signals touchdown. The call comes from somebody else. And there's the other official who throws his hat as if to indicate he stepped out of bounds before he made the catch.
Pittsburgh had to settle for a field goal, but they wouldn't have had to if they'd had Aqueti's footage to explore what happened in this play. Here we see Wheaton approaching the sideline. Of course, we got the whole field of view, but we can zoom in on the receiver and the defender. And you see the stripe there in black and white, indicating that Wheaton never left the field of play. The control here is with a joystick that allows the operator to navigate the field of view and zoom in and out. And then control buttons that can control the rate of playback and move forward and backward in time. Aqueti's camera currently records 4-second clips that are then downloaded to the server and rendered. Later this year, Aqueti will be streaming full 10K video from this camera, and 20K cameras will be available late 2014, early 2015. This is going back to the network feed. You see that a number of photographers were tracking this play, and of course the sideline camera was there to see it as well. But who would have thought that the important thing was to photograph Wheaton before the catch to see where he was, and especially to track his foot of all things. But for Aqueti, we're agnostic to the full field of view. We just track everything. And so again, we can go back to our footage of this play and zoom in to again explore in more detail what happened at the critical moment in time and space. Of course, here, how could the camera operator have expected that this was the exact point that the camera should have been focused to determine what happened in this play? Ball comes in, catch is made, feet are down, and the receiver steps out of bounds. You get a feel for the full field of view observed by Aqueti's camera in this picture, which shows the field captured by the camera, and then to get an idea of the resolution, let's zoom in and see what people are seeing on their cell phones. So imagine that you're standing one point, and you can do this. Go all the way down to what a single cell phone screen is seeing, but looking virtually over the entire field and stadium. Here, the critical moment, which a camera operator might be tracking, of course, is what's happening with the football and the player as he moves across. You can see the micro cameras here and a little bit of timing jitter between the micro cameras that we're working to get corrected. But now a nice run is made. That turned out not to be the important part of this play, though. We can zoom back out and zoom in a different part. This is what determined what happened in this play. This tackle and the flag that follows it determines what the outcome of this play was, which would have been missed, of course, by a camera who focused on what was happening with the ball carrier. Now let's look at a touchdown. So here, late in the game, Pittsburgh comes in and scores. So we can certainly see the play that you would have wanted to see. You look out, you see the stands have started to empty out a little bit because Panthers fans have started to go home. It turned out to be a blowout game. But Pittsburgh fans are still there and waving their towels in excitement. And also we can zoom back over and see the reaction of the team. Backing up in the clip now, we go back to the beginning and look as the sidelines reacts to the score. Good job. Let's get in there and kick the extra point. Again, we get an idea for the ability to zoom around the field in this picture. Incomplete pass from Cam Newton down the field into the end zone. All the motion you see here is happening digitally in the truck. The camera itself is recording its full field of view continuously, and so you can look anywhere and see what happened to any player at any time during the play. Here's another play. We can see Cam Newton looking at his options downfield. Looks like Jonathan Stewart's open there in the middle, but Cam doesn't have a long time to think about it as the nose tackle comes in and makes trouble. And you see the Steelers. You can look at any of the receivers across the field and the defenders and see that Pittsburgh is quite prepared to close on the ball in the event that Newton should be able to get it over to Stewart. We can freeze the motion and look at the plans and thinking of virtually everyone on the defense and the offense at this moment during the play. And it looks like McClendon made the right decision in letting Stewart go, and he gets the sack. Late in the game, Garrett Blount is eager to impress, and he goes airborne to get over the Carolina defenders and meets his end on this short run. So again, we can see what's happening. This is quite a ways downfield, a little bit further out than we might like to see. I was on the other side of the 50 from our camera in the slash position. Here the Steelers run a similar play. Blout's going to go airborne again. Not sure there's actually a whole lot of contact here as he goes up for the belly flop. Not much contact for him as he comes down, and the Panthers run on by, but play's called dead. Summing up, we look here at a single micro camera image of Wheaton and his foot at the critical moment earlier in the game. Each one of the micro cameras produces an individual image which are blended in real time into the full frame image that you see in these clips. Aqueti's platform, of course, includes the cameras themselves, the fiber links, and the communications bandwidth to take images off the camera and load it onto solid-state drives, the real-time rendering engine with the control interface, and ultimately cloud and virtual reality servers that allow these images to be played back. Currently our cameras are capable of 10K video at 24 frames per second or 20K video at 6 frames per second. We anticipate having cameras out that can do 20K video at 24 frames per second later this year, and we'll be doing full video instead of the current burst mode by the end of the year as well. We also anticipate in 2015 that Aqueti will introduce 60 frames per second 20K and 40K video cameras with real-time rendering engines